Announcements. September 2nd, 2021. Board meeting, 6:30 p.m. at the Catherine D. Milligan Community Room. September 3rd, 2021 is in-service day number 2. There's no students. And on September 6th, 2021 is Labor Day, and there's no school. Board member comments. Start with Mr. Clark.
Yeah, just want to thank the community for coming out this evening. I know it was a little sensitive from both sides, but thank you for your input. We appreciate it. We need to hear it. We want to hear that. Like Mr. Begley said, usually Mr. Smith will respond to the emails. That doesn't mean we do not read them, because we do read them. And I saw someone said that they didn't get a read receipt back. I even went back to that gentleman and opened it, but I didn't see one to click on. But we do read every email that comes through as board members. You have our word on that. Again, thanks for coming out tonight. Excited for the kids to be in school. Still wash your hands, do all the stuff you need to do to stay safe from all illnesses and that. But it's going to be a great year. Can't wait till sports to start up, so Mrs. Gundren can tell us about the All-Stars that we have in our school system. Thank you.
Mrs. Gundren?
I also want to thank everybody that took the time to come out tonight and express an opinion or send an email expressing their opinion. My heart goes out especially to the people that were so nervous talking, because I get nervous up here talking. And in my nervousness, sometimes I forget to say things. So there was a lot of talk tonight about psychological effects on kids, usually in relating to wearing masks. And the parents, I think, for the most part, did a really good job being very respectful this evening, for the most part. And I would just encourage them to think about their kids online too. I've seen a lot of bad behavior online surrounding this topic from both directions, and it's appalling sometimes. And I stay out of that fray, but sometimes I wonder what the kids are thinking. If you go to school every day and you think that your teacher doesn't care about your health because she's not wearing a mask, or if you think your teacher doesn't care about your mental health because she is wearing a mask and wants you to too, I would find that very troubling as a child if I thought my parents were sending me to somebody every day that didn't care about me. So that's been weighing on me. And I hope people keep that in mind.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Mrs. Shorter?
I've talked enough, but I will say this. Thank you to all the people that attended tonight, sent emails. The 140 doctors from the Butler County area that expressed their support for masks. Thank you for speaking up and letting your voice and your profession speak for you. We can only do so much, and I hope that everything goes well. We will do the best that we can. In my 12 years of being on the board, I've always tried to practice bravery in whatever I need to do. I have had to vote on so many issues that were controversial. I'm used to it. So I don't mind being that one single person with a different voice. That's what the diversity of the board is for. My fellow board members may feel a different way right now, but I believe that ultimately, we will do the best, and they always have the best intentions for the district, as of course Mr. Smith and the administration. I am still concerned, and we will keep an eye on the data, but I do appreciate the engagement that the community has shown. I do hope that we will continue to do what's best for all kids.
Thank you, Mr. Shorter. Mr. Begley?
Yeah, you hit on one of the things I was going to say, Mrs. Shorter, and that's that I very much appreciate your courage tonight. to speak your mind, and in an audience that was sometimes hostile and inappropriate towards you. So I apologize for that.
I'm an Alabama chick. It's all right.
There you go. You know, I said it, and I think it bears repeating. This board may not agree with us, but I hope you have to respect the fact that we have a duty to you to be transparent and to be open and honest with you, and to make the decision the best we can based on the information we have. And that's really, in the end, all you can ask of your elected officials. And we'll continue to do that. Mr. Birding said we didn't know where we stood because we don't talk in the dark, right? We discuss it publicly, and that was the first time I heard everyone's opinion tonight. So, as Mrs. Shorter said, we'll see where this takes us, and we'll react as we have. Mr. Smith's favorite saying last year was, "We have to change, turn on a dime," right? So that will no doubt happen again, right? And multiple more times probably. So just know that we're doing the very best, again, with the interest of 10,000 students and their families in mind. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bagley. While we're talking about the topic of masks, I mean, this topic has consumed my life for the past couple weeks, especially the last 3 days. And it was just compounded the last 24 to 48 hours once we talked about what the governor said. And I felt it was important that this board have this discussion. And I know at times it was very uncomfortable. I hated to see our community kind of yell at each other. I hate seeing that. But I appreciate that they brought their passion, and I appreciate the vast majority of the time everybody was respectful of the other opinions. I respect Mrs. Shorter tremendously, and it was very difficult for me not to agree with her position tonight. It was very difficult because she has been a beacon of hope and a beacon of truth and honesty in this district, and she's committed more than a decade of her time to this district. And I was on the struggle bus, so to speak, tonight, trying to come up with a way to, when I heard everybody talk, I'm like, it sounds like we should go this way. No, it sounds like we should go that way. And I just want you to know, Mrs. Shorter, how much I respect you. And I believe that your data was factual. No doubt in my mind that it was factual. And I just disagree with who should bear the responsibility of serving public health orders. And I think the public health officials should be the ones that do that, because I'm not a healthcare professional. With that being said, I'm extremely excited that school's back in session. My granddaughters were excited to ride the bus off the first day of school. It was great seeing them excited. They came home excited. It was great to be here for opening day and the marching band on the steps. We haven't had that in 2 years, you know, and so I sure hope that we can continue having that, and the virus stays at bay, and parents do what's right. Whereas I don't want to mandate masks, I strongly encourage people to wear a mask. Strongly encourage, because that is truly where we're gonna protect our kids for staying in school as long as possible. But you know, like I said, we can only tell them so much. If you want your kid in school, send them to school in a mask. But I just don't believe in mandating it. So that's all the comments I have tonight. Again, thank you for everyone coming out. So at this time, it is necessary for us to recess to executive session under ORC 121.22G1, the employment and discipline of a public employee or employees, and ORC 121.22G8, economic development assistance. Is there a motion to convene to executive session?
So moved.
Second.
I heard Mr. Bagley, and then I heard Mrs. Gundrum first, because she's closer. Any questions or comments? I do not anticipate any action to follow executive session. Mrs. Lane, will you call the roll, please?
Mr. Begley?
Yes.
Mrs. Gundrum?
Yes.
Mrs. Shorter?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Birding?
Yes. Motion passes. We will convene executive session at 9:42 PM. Thank you all for coming out tonight, and have a safe evening.